Hello students, I am Mohammed Sadikot and today we will be continuing with our chapter number 1 of integers from standard 7th. So in the previous lectures we learnt about rules regarding addition and subtraction of integers, as well as we completed the exercise 1.1. In addition to that, we also learned about the commutation and the associative property as well as other properties regarding integers. So now we will be continuing with certain rules related to multiplication of integers. So now we will study about the rules of signs, that is sign convention regarding multiplication of integers. So our topic here will be so now if in here the first rule for sign conventions for multiplication of integer is, if there are suppose two integers, that is plus and the another one is in minus, and the relationship between those two integers is of multiplication, your answer will be in minus. That is, here it is not subtraction but just the sign. So let us try to understand with the help of an example. That is, suppose we have a minus 4 multiplied by minus 3. Okay, sorry, suppose we have a positive 4 multiply with minus 3. So what will be our answer? That is 4 3s are 12. Okay, and according to the rule, plus minus minus, you have to put the sign of minus, that is plus minus minus. Very simple, very easy. It is not complicated as such. You have the addition and subtraction. Now let us try to understand the second rule, that is, if second situation, if there are two negative integers in multiplication, what will be our answer? Our answer will be simple, that is plus. Okay, this is the sign. So let us try to understand the same with the help of an example. That is, if there are minus 7 multiply minus 10, so answer will be 7 into 10, that is 70, and minus minus, the sign will be of plus, that is we will not put up any sign here. Okay, I already told you that in order to show positive sign, we can prevent, or we cannot put the sign here before 70. Okay, that is okay. There is no need to put the sign of addition here. So please take a note of this. Okay, so now we studied about the sign convention in multiplication for two integers. Now what will be the rules regarding the sign convention in case of three integers? That is, what we will do if there are three integers in multiplication with different signs. So there is a very easy concept, very easy rule regarding it. Okay, so if the number of negative sign in the question is even, your final answer will be in positive. Okay, you are like, sir, what you have written? Let me help you with an example. Suppose we have 2 multiply 3 multiply 4 okay, multiply 10. Now there are two numbers with negative sign, okay, so 1 and 2. 2 is an even number. What I have written is, if the number of negative sign in the question is even, the number of negative sign in the question is even, that is there are two numbers, your final answer will be always positive. Let us check. Minus minus plus, plus plus plus, plus plus plus. So answer will be in positive, that is 2 to 6, 6 4s are 24, 24 into 10, 240. So our final answer is always in positive. Hope you are able to get it, okay. Now let us see the same in the case of odd number. So here I will make certain changes. The second rule says that if the number of a negative sign in the question is odd, your answer will be in negative. So let us verify with the help of an example. 2 multiply 4 multiply 6 multiply 10. Now we will put the sign in the form of odd number. So here we will calculate. There is 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 numbers, 3 integers with negative sign. 3 is an odd number. So our final answer will be always in negative. Now let us verify. Minus minus plus, plus minus minus, minus plus minus. So our final answer will be in minus. 4 2s are 8, 8 6s are 48, 48 into 10, 408. Okay. So these are the rules in case of 3 numbers, 3 integers in multiplication, okay, regarding sign convention. So hope you are able to understand it. Please take a note. So now we will study about the properties under multiplication, similar to the concept of properties under addition and subtraction of integers. So let us start with the same. The first property which we are going to cover is regarding closure property. Okay, so as per closure property, a into b is also an integer. Okay, if a and b are integers, under multiplication the product will also be an integer. So let us take an example. Okay, if I multiply 2 with minus 3, my answer will be minus 6, which is an integer. Okay, so by taking as many of example as you may like, you may prove the same, and you may find that whatever number, whatever integer you take in multiplication, your answer will always be an integer. So we can say that closure property is satisfied under multiplication for integers. Now moving towards the next property, that is the another property discussed in your book, is regarding, I think, commutative. Yes. So let us start with the same commutative property. So another property you have studied is commutative property. So as per commutative property, I have given it a suffix, that is, it is regarding order. Yes, you guessed it correct. The order is not important, it will not affect the answer. So here it is a into b is equal to b into a. This is the general term. Let us solve the same with the help of an example. Let us prove the same with the help of an example. So that is 4 multiply 5 is equal to 5 multiply 4. Let us verify. 5 4s are 20. Here it is also 20. So LHS equal to RHS. There is no change. Okay. You may take many examples here and you will get the same answer, that is your LHS will be equal to RHS. So there is no change in the result by changing the order. So commutative property also holds satisfied or holds true for multiplication under integers. Okay, sorry, integers under multiplication. Now the another property here discussed is multiplication by 0 and multiplicative identity. So these two are new for you. You have studied multiplication, that is additive multiplication, additive integers in properties regarding integers in the previous lecture. This is a quite new, that is multiplicative identity. So let us study multiplicative by 0, that is multiplicative identity by 0. Now what do you mean by this? Very simple one. The general term here is a into 0 is equal to 0. Okay. So if you multiply any number with 0, your answer will be 0. So example, 3 multiply 0, your answer is 3? No, your answer is 0. Similarly, minus 4 multiply 0, answer is 0. So this is what do you mean by multiplicative by 0, okay, or multiplication by 0. Now another property here discussed is multiplicative identity, that is D for us, that is multiplicative identity. Now when here the general term regarding this property is a multiplied by 1 will be equal to a. Now let us prove the same with the help of an example. Suppose I have a number 10, that is an integer, and I multiply the same with 1. What will be my answer? The same number, integer. Okay. So this identity states that if you multiply any integer with 1, your answer will be the integer itself. Okay. So this is regarding multiplicative identity property of integers. Please note the same in your books. Now studying about the another property, that is associative property. That is based on group. Yes, we have studied the same under the rules for addition and subtraction in integers. So I think it's E, associative property. It states, let me give you a suffix first, that is grouping. That is grouping of numbers and the multiplication doesn't affect the answer. That is A into B into C is equal to A into B in the bracket into C. We will try to satisfy with the help of an example. So I think we will take the number 2 here, 4 and 5. We will keep 2 of this number in the bracket, and similarly here 2, 4, we will keep these 2 number in the bracket, and 5. Now let us solve. 5 4s are 20. First of all, we will solve the bracket. Here 4 2s are 8. 20 into 2, 40. 8 5s are 40. Here you can see that our LHS is equal to RHS. Okay, there is no change in the answer. So associative property also holds true in case of multiplication for integers. Okay, please take a note of the same. Now the new property here discussed for multiplication of integers is the distributive property. Okay, distributive property under multiplication of integers. Now the general term regarding it is A multiply B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. Okay, here you need to understand that this is for the sake of addition, and a similar general term is also available for subtraction here. Okay, so these are two pointers which helps you indicate that distributive property will hold true for addition as well as subtraction. Okay, the change here will be just of sign, not of result. So let us try to satisfy the same with the help of an example. Example number 1 here is 2 multiply 3 plus 6. Okay, we need to put the numbers in this form, that is, here our A is 2, B is 3, C is 6. So A into B, that is 3 into 2 plus 6 into 2, that is 2 into 6. 3 to 6, 6 2s are 12. Okay, we will also solve the same here, that is 6 plus 3 9, 9 2s are 18, and 12 plus 6 is also 18. So you may see that here also LHS is equal to RHS, and it shows that multiplication is distributive for integers in case of addition. Okay, we have also proved the same with the help of an example. So you need to understand that if you get a general term like this, okay, you may solve this way also, and you may solve this way also. Okay, so it is up to you which method you want to follow. Now let us prove the same with the help of subtraction. Under subtraction, we will just change the signs here. So here it will be minus, here it will be minus. 6 minus 3, our answer will be minus 3, that is plus minus minus, and 3 2s are 6, that is minus 6. Here we will solve 3 2 6, 6 2s are 12, it is plus minus minus, sign of greater, because it is here in subtraction. So plus minus minus, sign of greater, that is minus 6. So here it is also minus 6, and here it is also minus 6. Okay, so you can also say that under subtraction also distributive property holds true in case for integers. Please take a note of the same.